Lewis Hamilton and Sebastian Vettel fired warning by Red Bull chief. Red Bull suffered a number of malfunctions which cost them a substantial chunk of points in 2018. But Marko reckons his outfit will be able to challenge Lewis Hamilton and Sebastian Vettel at the front of the grid more frequently this time around. That is because they have ditched their partnership with Renault in favor of their Japanese counterparts. And that will allow greater confidence in the cars, which were once a dominant force in F1. The figures make us really optimistic, also with regard to the increase in performance, Marko told Motorsport.com. For the first time we can also celebrate with a party mode. The Honda engine is already slightly above the Renault engine. If you combine our GPS data with the data provided by Honda, we'll be in the Mercedes and Ferrari region. Of course they're not sleeping either. But they are already at such a high level that they can no longer make such jumps. Even if we should be 10 or 15 kilowatts behind, that was no different in our Renault era with the 8-cylinder engine. We can make up for that. However, life with Honda is not completely rosy, as Marko admits his team will likely incur engine penalties again in 2019. We are aware that it will probably be difficult with reliability, added Marko. Most probably we won't be able to get through the season on 3 engines. But if you choose the right tracks, you can be back at the top in a few laps. That will be the concept, that we consciously accept engine penalties if necessary. Depending on the racetrack it became less, but on average we were always at least 40 bhp behind. Our GPS data clearly shows how much we lose on the straights and how much we win in the corners. When the Ferrari power was at its peak, the difference was even more extreme. Next news: new fears over Lauda condition. Niki Lauda is set to spend more time in hospital than previously expected after contracting pneumonia, according to reports in Austria. The 3-time world champion returned to Vienna General Hospital recently after suffering with flu at his family home in Ivica. Lauda was hospitalized for much of the second half of 2018 after falling ill on another holiday, and doctors have previously revealed that the Austrian came mere days from dying, before he was operated on. After undergoing intensive rehabilitation in hospital and a separate clinic, Lauda was discharged in December and immediately head for Ivica with his family. According to Hoot, Lauda's wife Birgit had also fallen ill in Spain. Lauda's immune system was weakened by his stay in hospital, while he remained too weak to visit Grand Prix in the latter half of last season, despite aiming to have returned at the Abu Dhabi GP. The hospital had initially expected Lauda to be released in a matter of days, although OE24 has claimed that he could be forced to remain under the watch of doctors. The 2019 season opening Australian GP remains a target for Mercedes non-executive chairman, although it is unclear if his latest trip to hospital will impact this. Lauda delivered his own video update in November after Mercedes were crowned Constructors' Champions for a 5th year in succession, with Lewis Hamilton also winning a 5th driver's title. Next news: Ferrari moved too soon for Leclerc. Charles Leclerc's move to Ferrari may have come too soon, as he will likely have to serve as Sebastian Vettel's number 2 driver at the Scuderia. That is the view of former Formula 1 world champion Mario Andretti, who says allowing the pair to race could come back to haunt the team. Leclerc backed up title-winning seasons in GP3 and Formula 2 with a fine rookie year at Sauber, prompting former Scuderia president Sergio Martin to drop Kimi Räikkönen in favor of the Monegasque. The 21-year-old will become Ferrari's second youngest driver in history at the Australian Grand Prix. Although Andretti backs the youngster's talent, he remains concerned that Vettel is unlikely to be willing to give up the team leader status he enjoyed over 4 years with Raikkonen at his side. Andretti told Sky Italia, "The Leclerc-Vettel pairing seems correct. The alternative would have been to continue with Kimi because he and Sebastian got along very well. But we will see." Leclerc seems to be very good, and being young means he has a good future ahead of him. It was Martian's idea to promote him, but I don't know if this is the right moment for Leclerc. With 2 drivers in a team, there must be a number 1 and a number 2. Having 2 number 1s never works. Next news sector: the lone wolf puts in a shocker in Argentina. If Formula One was surprised when Jody Scheckter moved from Tyrrell to Walter Wolff's brand new team for the 1977 season, it was outright shocked when the pair won together first time out in Buenos Aires. The South African driver triumphed on this day in the season-opening Argentina Grand Prix at the wheel of Wolff's beautiful Harvey Postlewaite design WR1. Scheckter would sustain his form throughout the '77 season, scoring many podium finishes and winning again in Monaco and Canada to finish runner-up to Niki Lauda in the championship.